Hello children, very good day all of you. So today I'm going to start with block 2 in science. Okay, so I want all of you to take out your science book and the block 2 and the name of the lesson is animal behavior. Yes children, so moving on to animal behavior. What is behavior actually? Behavior of animals means the animals also need food and they also need a place to live as we need. Yes, and they need food, water and fresh air to survive, to live. Yes, just like us, just like human beings. And what is the meaning of survive? The exact meaning of the survive or the survival is to remain alive and to, yes, be safe in spite of whatever dangers come. Okay, so that is the meaning of survive, to be safe and to protect itself from all the dangers and other wild animals and so on. Okay, yes students, so animals also needs food, they need water and they also need a place, that is shelter, to protect themselves just like us and to live. Okay, yes, and animals do many things for what they want to get, for what they need to survive. In this procedure they do many things and that is known as behavior. So whatever the animals do for their survival is known, it depends upon its behavior and that is known as animal behavior. Okay children, yes, so all the things that an animal do to protect itself and to take care of its young ones, that is its babies, its little ones, is called as animal behavior. For example children, they have given here the birds build nests to have a safe place for their eggs and young ones. So, deer and fish move in groups for protection. A kangaroo holds its young one in its pouch to keep it safe. So, in the given picture, you can see, where does the birds build its nest? Yes, it builds its nest on trees so that it can, yes, keep its eggs safely in the nests to protect them from other animals such as cats, snakes and all. Okay, so and in the same way, in similarly, the deers and the fishes, they all actually live in groups, they move in groups so that if any danger comes, yes, they protect each other and they live in group. So this is actually for the sake of protection, they live in groups, they feel safe when they are together. And what about the kangaroo? The kangaroo actually carries its baby in its pouch. It keeps its baby in its pouch so that, yes, it is taking care of its young one. It is keeping it safe. Okay, so animals also help other animals to protect themselves from the enemies or from the dangers or from other wild animals. So for example, some animals, they give signals to all the other animals whenever they feel that there is a danger. So for example, a rabbit or a deer actually, they make a kind of sound with their feet. They make a loud noise, okay, with the help of their feet. With the help of its feet, it makes a loud noise so that when other animals listen to this loud noise, then they will get to know that there is some danger or maybe some other wild animal is attacking and they will escape. So not only these animals will escape, but they will also help other animals to escape or get away from the danger. Okay, so this gives a signal of danger. Okay, this is known as, these animals give signal of what? Of danger, such as deers and rabbits. Okay, and they run away quickly so that they can escape away fast. So what about some birds? They also make different sounds whenever they see that there is a sort of danger or some enemy is coming or other wild animal is attacking. Then they will give signal to other animals by making some sort of sounds, by making different sounds. Okay, this is how the animals help other animals also to escape from the danger. Okay children, so they not only protect their own kind and their young ones, but they also help other animals. Okay, yes, so this is how no, the life of animals are, because they do not have, yes, they do not have houses, and they are not as safe as the humans. Yes, they are always in danger, and they live always in the fear that some other animal or other wild animal or some other danger may come to it. Other animals might attack them. So they are always in fear. They live in fear, right? So this is how the animals help each other and they live. Okay, and this is how they survive. This is called the survival of animals. And whatever they do for their survival is known as the animal behavior. Okay? Yes. So moving on to next page. Animal herds. What are herds, children? Actually, some animals, okay, they live in groups. Okay, they live together, they live in groups, they help each other. Okay, so why do they live in groups? Because whenever there is danger, they fight together against the danger. Okay, whenever another wild animal attacks them, then they fight together against it. And also, yes, they move together, they protect one another, hence they live together in a group. And this group, okay, where the animals lives together, this group of animals where they live together is called a herd. What are they called? Herd. Okay, so some examples are, you can see in the picture, okay, elephants, zebras, sheep, cows and all, they live in groups. Okay, children, so they live in groups protecting each other. So this is called herd of elephants, herd of zebras. Okay, so this is zebra family. Actually, elephants, they always move in groups from one place to another. Okay, this is an example. And this herd of elephants have, at least they will have minimum of 6 to 12 female 6 to 12 elephants in them. Okay, so a group of elephants or a herd of elephants consists of minimum 6 and maximum up to 12 elephants, which have only females and babies. Okay, so there are only female elephants and baby elephants in that herd. So that, and the baby elephants are always what? Are always kept in the middle of the herd. Okay, so that they will feel safe, they will be safe. To protect the baby elephants, they are surrounded by the other female elephants, that is lady elephants. Female is lady elephants. Okay, yes. So this is all about protecting the baby elephants to make them feel safe. Okay, because they can be easily attacked by other wild animals, right? Yes. So they protect each other and hence they live in groups. Okay. Yes. And what about zebras? Actually, zebras live in a small family and they are called as social animals because they always like to live in groups. Okay. They are not found alone. Okay. So hence they are called as social animals. Okay, and in that herd of zebras, okay, in that zebra family, actually there will be both female zebras and male zebras along with young ones. The male zebras here, that is the male zebras means, okay, female zebras means the ladies and the male zebras means the gents. Okay, the way we say the ladies and gents in humans we tell ladies and gentlemen, right? So in the same way, female zebras and the male zebras. Okay, so the female zebras and the young ones are protected by the male zebras whenever the enemies attack them or other wild animals attack them, or even if one of the zebra in that family is missing, then they will go and search for it for many days. All together, all other zebras together, they go and search for the other lost zebra for many days. Yes, and they will try to find it, find the lost zebra. So this is how they live in groups, and this is why they live in groups. Okay, and it is called herd. Okay, yes. And some animals, like tigers, bears, crocodiles and all, they do not live in groups. They do not like the company of the other animals, okay, even of their own kind. They do not like to live in groups, okay. They like to stay alone. They like to fight alone. They like to face whatever danger it comes, to face it alone, and hence they are called as solitary animals. What are they called? Solitary animals. Those animals which do not like the company of the other animal, even if they belong to the same category, same kind. Okay, then such animals are known as solitary animals. Example are, some of the examples are given here: tigers, bears and crocodiles. Okay children, yes. So now moving on to next page. So animal colonies. What are colonies, children? Actually, though some animals, okay, it might be insects or some animals, they live in very, very large groups, okay. So a huge groups. So such animals, such groups are actually called colonies, and such colonies are called as animal colonies, okay. So some animals that live in very large groups, so we cannot count how many animals or how many insects are there in that group, then such a group is called as colonies, okay. Yes, so this is a special type of behavior where so many animals live together in one group under a colony. That is called a colony. It is a very special behavior, okay. Yes, and look here, you can see here a colony of bees, okay, and then here a colony of ants. So we cannot count how many bees are there or how many ants are there in that particular group, right? Yes, it is very large group, and they all live together in one place only. They all live together at one place, and it is known as colony, children. And actually colony behavior, this colony behavior of animals is especially found in insects, okay. They are mostly seen in insects like bees and ants, as I just mentioned. Now it is given in the picture, right? Yes, and you know, there are hundreds and thousands of ants and bees that lives in a colony. We cannot count them. So they all actually work together to help each other in a colony. They all work together. They share their work, okay, and that is how they help each other. So by sharing the work. So here the bees and ants are called as social insects because they love to live in a group, that too a large group with other insects of the same kind, right? Yes. So they are also called as social insects, just as social animals I told, zebras, yes, elephants, rabbits, these, they all are social animals, right? So which are the social insects? Yes, which likes to live in groups, which likes the company, then such insects are called as social insects because they all live together, they share their work and they help each other. Here in the textbook they have given a table, right? Yes, just to tell like how actually they all work. So how they do the work, how they do their work, how they share their work, and what are the categories, type of insects actually. So taking for example the colony of bees, the bees colony. So there you can find queen, okay, you can find a queen bee, then you can find worker bees, and then you can find drones bees, okay. So what is a queen bee? Actually it is a female bee, or even in ants colony you can find the same category. There will be a queen ant, then worker ants, okay, workers ants, then drones ants. So what is a queen? Actually it is a female ant or a female bee that lives in a colony, and it spends its whole life, okay, in laying eggs, okay children. So what is the main function of that queen ant or queen bee? in laying eggs. So it spends its whole life in laying eggs and it does not do any other work. Then what about the workers who will get the food and all for the ants, for the other bees, or for the queen bees? Who will get the food for the baby ants, for the baby bees, for the queen bees and all? That is, they are the workers. Okay, they are actually the workers, and the workers are also the female insects. The workers here are the female ants or the female bees. Okay, and they live in large groups. Always they are found in large groups. They go in search of food and they get food for the queen bee or queen ant and the other ants, and also they protect their young ones of the, yes, young ants or the young bees that are what? That are actually laid by the queen bee or queen ant. Understood, children? Yes. So these worker ants go in search of food and they get food for the queen, and then they also take care of the young ones. Okay? Yes. And what about the drones? They are the male insects. Okay? Drones are the male ants or male bees. They help the, yeah, they help the queen bee or the queen ant to produce the young ones, to lay eggs, to produce the young insects. Okay, so this is how they all work together in a colony. Okay, a queen is there, then workers, then drones. So these types of insects, okay, are there, and they all work together. They share their work and they take care of each other. So you got to know what is a colony, children? Yes. So moving on to, so children, special animal behavior. What is special animal behavior? It is a kind of behavior that is shown by certain group of animals in order to protect its territory. Territory means its area. So even if they belong to the same category of the same kind, in the picture given below you can see a wolf trying to control another wolf, and in another picture you can see here a tiger trying to control another tiger. They are fighting right here. Yes. Why do you think so? Why are they doing so? To protect their territory. What is a territory? That means it is their area. It is an area which belongs to that particular tiger. Okay, if this tiger is trying to enter the area of this tiger, then it is going to fight with it and going to stop it by entering its area to hunt animals or whatever it might be. So because the whatever animals found in that particular group, okay, in that particular area, okay, that belongs to, those animals belongs to this tiger, and it has no rights to enter the area of this tiger. That is why it is trying to stop it from entering its area. That is known as territory. Okay? Yes. And they will fight. And that is how they control each other, and they will fight with each other even if they belong to the same kind, same category. Yes, children. So they show a special kind of behavior. Okay, that might be a fighting behavior, or you may feel it is trying to control the other animals when you see this picture. Yes, so this kind of behavior is known as special animal behavior, and you can find such behavior in animals such as wolves, tigers, yes, and cheetahs, eagles, and so on. Okay, children. So now you have understood what is special animal behavior, what is animal behavior, and how do they live, how do they survive, how do they protect themselves and protect other animals, how do they help each other, yes, in the wild forest, right? So there are so many dangers coming and so many other wild animals attacking the weaker animals and all, and in spite of all these, yes, they protect each other and they find some or the other way to, yes, be safe, to stay safe and to live. That is called the survival of animals, right? So I want you to read this lesson once or twice, and then, yes, you should also concentrate on words, such words which are bold and black in color, and Yes, learn the meanings of such words. And even also you have to practice writing difficult words at least 3 times in your rough notebook. Soon I'll be giving notes for this lesson, children. Yes, until then, read and practice and try to answer the questions, these questions. Okay, try to frame the sentences in your own words and answer these questions which are given on each page. Okay, such questions are given in each and every page, right? So try to answer them in a rough notebook. So until then, bye kids. Take care.